Right. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of God, the most merciful, it's time to build code and get refugees, God willing, make some money. Yeah. All right. This is a first of what will be probably 7 streams as a hackathon to ICO. My brothers and sisters. I imagine mostly brothers, but there's a few sisters out there. Let's get this. I got the date of December 12th, 2024 to ICO TradeLayer. And I need more subs in order to activate streaming, I think, even though I have it tentatively enabled. So we'll do it live tomorrow if we can get some subs today. God willing. All right, all right. So, no pressure. Bro, there's so much pressure. I'm like basically a solo entrepreneur. I've been working with ChatGPT the last year and some change, rebuilding my protocol from scratch after being one of the biggest failures in this space, basically. I mean, there have been bigger failures, let's be fair, but I was not delivering this project after all these years because I was depending on other people. So now I'm doing it myself, and I've built the core code, I've tested the core code, I've built, I've not built, I was a Bulgarian developer, Val Peshev, built the Electron wallet in TypeScript, which I'm going to be using today and adapting to the web page. I'm going to host it at either app.tradelayer.org or trade.tradelayer.org. I guess trade is like kind of redundant because trade's already in the URI. So app, I think, is what we're going to go with as a prefix, and I'm going to adapt the browser wallet that I built for Mr. J Berg at SidePit, which you should also check out. They're kind of a strategic ally of the project because their market structure has the opposite trade-offs as trade layers. They don't have counterparty value adjustment, and they don't have high frequency trading, and that's where we're going to go. Right now, it's not that high frequency; it's like 1 second to get these things signed, but we're going to optimize it down to 50 milliseconds, maybe even tighter, in the coming month or two. And so once I get this web page up, adapted from the wallet, then I'm going to be able to do some things in the browser extension I built the base on. And then I got to put in the KYC and I got to run some bots and do some tests and fix any last minute bugs. I got 7 days to do all of this. Let's go. All right. So I'm upgrading to an O1 preview shot. I got a whole bunch of code in here asking this thing for some help. Yeah, spin. Distractions are a problem. All right, so let's see what the wallet server side looks like. So in the wallet, I got these variety of services that are providing objects into the various modules in order to fetch data from either the core client of Litecoin can be swapped for Bitcoin or Dogecoin very easily, or for TradeLayer core in order to get things out of the database through its API, WebSocket, Express server listener, and also to sign things, which is also I'm doing in the core client. So where I'm going with this is that we're going to switch that out, but we can keep the front end mostly as is because everything is interfacing through its own little WebSocket server which is defined OB sockets. No, OB sockets is handling the back and forth, the cosign. I think node service, yeah, and then let's see, environments, environment prod, localhost 1986 is the front end talking to the back end. So that makes this fairly straightforward to do. We just got to change the back end, and then we can deploy this thing on a web page. And we got to change the HTML to also have a listener wallet. I'm sorry, a window JS that I built yesterday that allows a web page to talk to browser extension like you're used to. You click connect wallet. Now you got the thing. You click sign. Okay, now it can grab your data from your wallet, your address, your balances, and spit out transactions for your wallet to sign that you then approve, or you make a delegated signer. The way that I'm going to end up making the delegated signer is I'm going to have to upgrade the server wallet. So I'm not going to have that next week. I don't think for like day one launch. You're just going to have to like, oh, I approved this transaction. It's going to be a little clunky, but it's okay. You're just trying to buy in or oh, and the problem is with that, you got to pre-approve it. So no, you really need a delegated signer in order to do anything with this. So that's going to be like you have to fund the channel. So you have to pre-approve with your main key that you're going to spit out a commit transaction and move tokens into a channel, but you don't know what channel it's going to be. So you have to get from the server needs to get the pub keys of everybody who is going to be trading on the server and then generate a table of all of the multi-sigs that are produced by the two combinations of those keys. And also the order matters. You get a different multi-sig if you put A and B versus B and A. So we just like pre-approve all of those. And the problem is in the way that I've architected this, because I'm following kind of basics and trying to be safe, you have to prompt your password, type that in, and then that goes into RAM very briefly, decrypts your priv key, and then that gets wiped out of memory, and then your priv key does its thing, and then it gets wiped out of memory. And then you just have your encrypted priv key in Chrome storage. This is more or less how these browser wallets tend to work. But because that's clunky, typing your password for everything, you have to innovate. So I'm gonna have like a pre-approve of commits of an indeterminate opportune size to all of the multi-sig addresses, and then the opportune is essential to to the signing. Um, so let's say it's for like one way to do it is to have it be for a fixed amount, which is your entire account balance, and then have it send back with a transfer that you co-sign with your counterparty in an automatic cooperative fashion, whatever the difference is. So that way we can effectively simulate flexibility. It's good for V1. I mean, obviously, I think that can be improved on. There's more sophisticated ways based on account abstraction. I think it's EIP 719 that like Vertex, for example, does this kind of thing. But I think I can get that going, and that way the wallet has all the arrows in its quiver cached in order to fire off commits, and then the signing keys associated with so you'll have a separate priv key that is then breeding all of these channel multi-sig addresses. And that can just be decrypted in the wallet because there's other safeguards in TradeLayer if those are compromised. And obviously, I think this can be improved on also with more abstraction. But I'm trying to do a number of things. At the protocol level, channel balances are tethered to a root balance. You can do a withdrawal transaction and pull those tokens. That root balance can be a cold address or a multi-sig that's generated with a cold pub key. And I don't know, that makes it less quantum secure to have the pub key floating around. So that's another thing to look into in the future. Um, so there's things planned to scaffold the security on them. Okay. And then basically auth services we're replacing with window calls to the browser extension. UTXO, list unspent, that's going out to block cipher. And then trade layer service is where well, this initiates trade layer. So then there's the routes. I got so many freaking repos of them, man. Look how many repos I got, man. I got order book server. I got the wallet, browser wallet. I got the npm. I got the core. I got these are near contracts that are I've delegated out to a brother. Um, and that's where we're going to upgrade a lot of these account abstraction aspects. Um, and then we got the browser wallet, we got the docs, we got the website. This was something I did for Stacks a year ago to earn some STX that I sold too early. Um, yeah, it's intense, bro. So, all right, enough showing off my desk. Woo, bro! I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. So yeah, let's use Fastify. These are all API calls to my listener that's in the TL core. So I am simply okay. Yeah, these are all Axios posts. So I'm just going to replace the base URL and I'm going to make my API endpoints stand up with the same codes as my Express listener in TradeLayer, and then it's gonna have like a layer of interface to ping to its local Express server that's packaged with TradeLayer core, TradeLayer JS core, and the base URL won't be localhost; it'll be my VPS API to get things going. So that part's pretty easy. I'll let the O1 preview think about that. I shot my shot too soon. You only get 50 of these per week. This is like the KOken GPT charge up. Okay, so then main routes. This is where things are complicated. So I have built into this UI a framework to obviously initialize like Litecoin D and then initialize trade layer. So I have to strip those things out of the UI. That's a fair little bit of work. I can't simply replace them unless I do. What if I change that UI on the front end and just have a default IP address and then you can pick a different API to connect to. Um, and I might comment out a few of these and just make it like a connect disconnect And I do like a WebSocket subscription, perhaps. No, there's no need for that. Just an authentication. Do I even need an authentication? I mean, it can just be public. My server bill is gonna get my server well, I'm paying like $15 a month and I can upgrade that to like 30 or something. But there's like a limited amount of gigabytes. So once people start using this, they're gonna throttle that bandwidth pretty quickly. So maybe this could be a sign authentication. And I could and do a little brain surgery with that, where I'm like reaching in to sign an off transaction uh, with the browser wallet with the secondary key. But what's the point of even having it? I mean, I just want the web page to be like order book, doom, doom, and then you get the portfolio page. So Connect Wallet should be Connect Wallet should be replacing that UI, and then can do this. I can comment out the other thing because it's all bundled in with just authenticating with the server. Um, that ought to do it. So that's moving things around a little bit. Okay. What's this guy have to say? Nothing succinct. Um, okay. I think this might be a little more entertaining with some music. So I have become a Muslim in the last year and a half, and that is pretty essential to my whole ability to do all of this, honestly, because I was a freaking degen before, man.
Upon all
Um,
of you. I'm so
but I
honored
am a
and so
liberal Muslim.
happy to
I
welcome
don't
all
think
of you to the
music
first
is
event
a
of the
sin.
Sufi Music
I think it has to
Festival
do with
that is
what kind of
being
music you're listening
co-presented
to.
by Reed Society,
And also if you're
the Smithsonian
replacing,
National
like I
Museum
listen
of
to a lot
Asian
of
Art,
scholarship. I've learned a lot
and
about
the
religion
beautiful Kennedy
and
Center.
political economy
This
and
festival has
history
been organized
by
for
making
one
that my
purpose and one
soundtrack
purpose alone, which
of
is to
people talking.
celebrate, commemorate, to
So,
remember the
and
birth
this
of
lady
the
don't even have a
enlightened and
hijab on. I'm sure
ennobled
she's like a
Muhammad
Sufi Muslim,
sallallahu
right?
alaihi
But
wasallam,
she ain't got no hijab.
whose birthday
Yeah.
is
So
celebrated, has been celebrated for over 1,000 years
that's
wherever
some tempting
Muslims
hair,
have
man.
lived.
I don't know,
And
man.
I
Maybe
have
she shouldn't
to
show that hair.
thank
That's
the
not
Kennedy
decent.
Center team, Ms.
No, it's all right.
Lagama. I
I
have to
respect her
thank the
as a peer.
Smithsonian team, Dr.
Um,
Hussein Rashid,
that's horrible.
Serena Rasool, Demi Mohammed,
So
and of course, Pervez Bhatti,
TX
who's
Burger
helped me and
Service.
Alfredos Ensemble so very
This is
much.
all back end stuff. Okay, so I got to
One of
replace
the practices
that
a lot of
with
universities and institutions have
Bitcoin
adopted
JS
is
stuff because
remembering
I'm
the
using RPC calls
ancestral lands
as a
that
lazy
buildings stand on
route.
today.
I gotta get over
And
that.
while we
Okay.
remember the natives, while we remember the
Um,
Anacostans, the
I'm getting sick of
Piscataways,
it all.
I have to remember, it's incumbent on me really to remember as an American Muslim, the slaves, the scholars, the saints, and the Sufis that have come through the United States in the last few hundred years, beautifully embodying the Mohammedan principles, the Mohammedan realities, Mohammedan truth, and reflecting it on anyone who's willing to listen and onto anyone who's willing to receive. And one of the things that Reed Society does is tries to invite everyone, anyone who's interested in participating and attending any of the events that we do for Islamic art and Islamic music. that basically preserves the light of the prophet. One of the images that I think is beautiful and explains what Reed Society does is a Buddhist image. It's an old fisherman in a rickety old boat in the dark of the night in the middle of the water pointing at the moon. And the moon has nothing to do with the man or the boat or the dark of the night, but we know which way to look. And that's what we try to do. And in Islamic poetry, the moon, the full moon, represents our prophet. So with that, I welcome El Firdaus Ensemble. They are a beautiful ensemble. No one leaves unhappy after listening to them. El Firdaus means an intimate gathering
All
of the
right, so this is where the
highest
magic
heaven.
happens.
And that's what you're going to experience the taste of. It was founded in 2012 by British Ali Keeler, and it is an ensemble based in Granada with musicians from Venezuela, Spain, Morocco, and the United Kingdom. Enjoy.
You got a nice hijab. Look at that. That's a beautiful hijab. Or Haimar if you want to be technical. Oh look, I got Zizek in the backlog.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. I will start with a short recitation of the Quran, the best words that we can start with,
So we already have an API mode built in
referring
so that the
to
desktop client
our
could
beloved Prophet,
basically do what I'm
peace and
trying to
blessings
do
be
here.
upon him.
So I can just lean into that. We've disabled it in order to get the thing
Now
working with
there
the
has
TradeLayer
come to
jazz.
you
But
a messenger from among
basically I can just like
yourselves
put the param in as equal true.
in the name of God, the most
Like
merciful,
if I just
the
switch
most
this to true,
beneficent.
not
Now there has come
not in
to
the
you
right
a
repo
messenger
yet, but
from among yourselves.
um
Grievous to him is your suffering. Anxious is
should I
he over you,
copy paste things over?
gentle to the believers and
It's probably
compassionate.
better and then prune it off.
So if they turn their backs, say,
Like pruning to it.
God is enough
Okay, so the
for
goal
me.
today is to
There is no God
get
but he.
app.tradelayer.org up with
In him
the order
I
book,
have put my trust. He is the Lord
UI,
with a mighty throne.
connect to wallet, simple. Or no wallet. I'm gonna do the wallet tomorrow. Connect to the server in a simple way without auth. So just I don't care about the
أعوذ
bandwidth. I'm
بالله
just one guy,
من
not spamming it.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Yeah. So if API is true, then we ready.
لقد
It's already Fazify.
جاءكم رسول
That's my dude. English
من
is his second language.
أنفسكم
I haven't even cleaned up the typos
لقد
because I don't want to break things.
جاءكم
Just trying to launch, bro. I don't care
رسول
about there's little typos in the code. It's
من
fun.
أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم عزيز
TradeLayer
عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم
Right, I can just swap
بالمؤمنين
that out.
رؤوف رحيم.
Okay,
فإن
so that's easy. Smart RPC, what else we got in
تولوا
this?
فقل حسبي الله. فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله
That's just big number. Yeah,
إلا
same thing. Okay.
هو
Smart
عليه
RPC.
توكلت وهو رب العرش
So the issue is that some of these things I'm
العظيم.
gonna want to do
صدق
in the
الله
wallet.
العظيم. الفاتحة.
Do I have that function? All right, let's look it up. Back where the magic started, TradeLayer Core, TradeLayer Jazz. Wallet for this thing. No, I don't even have that. That's Vestigium. Well, why has this been working? Oh, I have it. Okay, I do have it. Right. And what's that? What's TX Utils using for that? I could just do that. I mean, I guess I could host it and replace it. Or I could just do it. I can replace it with the local library and JavaScript as well. Who cares, right? It's like the same difference. Might add a little latency, but whatever. We can optimize. We're gonna optimize the latency down later. Okay. Build PSBT. Now that's really the aorta of this thing. That's the core valve of this heartbeat. It's how you handily manage doing multi-sig attacks. Utils.crypto utils. So yeah, I already reverse engineered this in JavaScript. And I don't really want to reverse engineer it in any other way again. I think I did enough. It's like one thing to engineer things. You gotta reverse engineer things, man. Sideways engineer things. So let's just take a look at what might happen. Right, so everything that I'll be doing in the browser wallet, or that I'll be doing in the NPM, I'm pretty much doing here. What do I do in the NPM? The NPM works, it's available, you can check it out and test it. I'm gonna bot on a server, and I will give you tokens. If you do it, you come to the Discord and you give me some reports, even just for de minimis, like this worked, that worked, awesome. Some feedback, and give me some more tokens. Like, hey, maybe the documentation can be tighter, I want to map it, like what I'm already doing. Maybe later I can do like a CCXT integration. You know, I emailed those guys, the two Russians that did CCXT back in like 2015 when I started algo trading. And you can't afford to hire this, basically. And I still can't. If you charge $100 an hour, that's too rich for my pocket. I paid GPT $20 a month. I'm gonna look on this program. It's not very much. So that's about right. No, nowadays, like, if you have the capability of leveraging all these things to move it quickly, and then you're billing whatever you're billing per hour, and you're getting a lot of leads in 10 hours of work, you're putting together an MVP basically, and then another 10 hours of breaking out all the things. The GPT stuff, they can't slice through butter, even with over previous better at it. So it's more like grinding it with a saw. Any kind of like kinks with interoperability between libraries and things like that. Can't do easily. So what I did here on the NPM is I did a lot of the same digs and stuff like that. But I couldn't do those in the browser without building a wallet. Right? So I got wallet utils for the browser. That's a lot of the same libraries. But this was a file. Each browser file that on. And then it's like, the reason why I'm going all over the place with these libraries is that they're not all like totally browser friendly, and I don't, maybe I don't need Noble here, for example, because Noble's on the back end of some of these. Noble's on the back end of this. Noble's a nice library, but anyway, so yeah. Oh, but the thing is, the NPM has there's a lot of logic here that I don't need to I can probably build a version of the NPM that also just you plug in an API flag is true. You pass it into the constructor, you initialize the API, and then you do an additional endpoint, and then if the flag is true, then instead of doing these promise-defined RPC calls to likely be or starts to be running on your server, just do things with Bitcoin libjs, or in this case Bitcoin recorded RPC is basically the same thing, and build those operations yourself, and do the assignments yourself.
أنت تعلم كيف حالي يا إلهي.
So I'm doing like a melange of JS libraries
أنت تعلم كيف حالي
Let's go actually
يا كريم الوجه قبل أن يفنى اصطبابي.
well, can we use that for
كريم الوجه قبل أن يفنى اصطبابي. ما لنا مولى سوى الله
Devise ensemble good? Dude, I've been grinding to get all this stuff. It's not enough just to build software. Like I'm doing like DeFi at Convert. You gotta, there's no Infura, there's no whatever Led Zeppelin opens up with. There's none of that stuff. I mean, there's some of that stuff, obviously. That's what you get. You gotta work with that. Now you gotta browserify it, you end up having to build a lot of stuff just to support so I'll probably optimize that later. God willing, after this ICO. Inshallah. back to this. This might be useful. It's gonna come launch these two together. This I really shouldn't have to muck with. It's just the back end. So none of the stuff I really need to play around with. Only on the server. Alright, so crypto utils. What do I gotta do here to get you in this car today? Like, seriously. There, it's kind of the same stuff. Bing, bada, boom, makes sense. So TypeScript is just JavaScript with a compiler that yells at you and makes your code better before you have to like figure it out with runtime errors. So that's useful. Right, all this stuff. Okay, so the thing is, a lot of this stuff is redundant to back end of the development. So I could just pass a call here because this stuff is secure in the webpage. It's not really secure in Chrome either, but that's why you have a very short footprint for moving these things to RAM and memory cleanup. The JavaScript's garbage collection and encrypting, right? So I'm gonna have to replace that with a pass-through to the browser wallet. Quite as clean as changing the base URL for the other one. But yeah, I think this is a one-day job. I think I can get all this done today. Sign PSBT. I think I just gotta replace all these with window calls and put these files in my wallet, put these functions in my wallet details in the browser wallet. It would take obviously a fair amount of work on a number of bugs and tweaks that will be thrown, but you know, that's development. That's why AI hasn't destroyed all the jobs so far. Okay. I mean, this isn't that hard. That's a plan. That's a move, man. Maybe I can even get this done by Oscar, and then I can start TradeLayer and define the browser wallet. And I can leave this part for last, so that those are dovetail together. Okay, cool. So I think this is like a nice 40-minute big Sesh, get you some insight into what's going on with this project and how close we are to launch. And it's going to be a low market cap, and it's going to be like a meme coin market cap, but not like a T3 meme coin. Okay, it's going to be like a T2 meme coin market cap, and then it has the potential to become hyper liquid. or even maybe Vertex is more realistic. And then Vertex does cheaper fees. I think it's like 90% as good of a product as Hyperliquid. I don't know why its market cap is 0.1% or whatever it is. What's that? 10%, 1%. It's 0.6% of Hyperliquids. I mean, you know why? It's because the rich people make it go. So there aren't as many rich people on Hyperliquid. That's basically the TLDR there. That's cool with me, man. I'm trying to help the poor and the middle class people to diversify their income streams and farm more of these tokens so the rich people don't necessarily have to farm them all. And I hope you'll be there to join me on day one.